The outdoors has been a big part of my life. I'm a huge gardener, and I just feel alive when I can be out in the nature and the fresh air. I love the fresh air. I do love the sun. Hi, my name's Joy. I am married to my husband Chris, and we have 4 children that we have raised here and 8 grandchildren. Growing up, my mother was adamant about sunscreen. She was very good about slathering us with sunscreen. And then through the teenage years, I didn't necessarily follow that exact same thing. As an adult, I also put sunscreen on my children. I wasn't as good about applying it to myself, especially my face. My experience with cancer started 2.5 years ago. However, I noticed a very, very small spot on my nose, probably 3 or 4 years prior to that. And it was seriously so small, but it just would not heal. After a certain amount of time, I became concerned. Over the course of the next 9 months, I had 6 surgeries, including the last 3 were very extensive. The cancer had gone wide, and they just kept having to go in and take more and more skin, to the point they took all of the skin off of my entire nose. And the last 2 surgeries were a cosmetic reconstruction, in which they had to use skin from my forehead and attach to my nose. Who knew? Who knew what this could turn into? May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and I just read recently that there are 5 million cases of skin cancer each year in the United States. It's the #1 cancer in the United States. It's also the most preventable cancer. I never could have imagined that this spot that started so small and seemed so innocent, easy to care for, would have turned into the major reconstruction that it did. I was told that my face can never see the sun again for as long as I live. I love the way the sun feels on my skin, and given a little color after a long winter, I feel healthier. Now I know I still could be a little sun-kissed even wearing sunscreen or protective hats while I'm in the garden for extended periods of time. None of us think we're going to get cancer. Never would I have dreamt that. However, we know our own bodies. I knew for myself something was different, and I also knew the importance of early detection. I can't urge strongly enough that if there's something, don't wait. Growing up, my mother pressed it into my head and my heart that beauty is only skin deep, and it was so much more important of the type of person that you are rather than what your looks are. This is my face. This is what people see, and it's who I am. And I'm not gonna say I didn't cry sometimes. It was hard. While I was going through the final surgeries, I was bandaged from my forehead to the end of my nose and swollen. And honestly, I was that person walking through the hospital and the medical facilities that people couldn't help but stare at. I, again, had to remind myself to really focus on who am I, and maybe not who others see. And it did make me more aware of allowing others to see my heart and know my heart. It's interesting because I feel like the aging, the starting to lose looks and gain wrinkles and everything that comes with aging is something I'd been so conscious of working on. How do I do this gracefully? Laugh lines can be beautiful, wrinkles can be beautiful, and it's inevitable. And so now I look in the mirror, I'm so grateful to know that for today I'm cancer-free, that it's part of my story now. I see the scars. I'm aware of where my scars are, but there's a beautiful story behind it that I hope others can learn from.